The hammer means we're supposed to start this circus here and get it moving anyway. Welcome to the regular meeting of this Calimesa City Council and successor agency to the Calimesa Redevelopment Agency. Monday, June 17th at 6 p.m. 6:01 now. Anybody that's wishing to speak on any matters, you can go ahead and fill out a speaker slip and turn it into Darlene, and then we can listen to you for 3 minutes. And that's unfortunately about all we can do is, weigh what you have to say. Do you want to give us a roll call, please?
Councilmember Cervantes.
We will excuse Mr. Cervantes. He has the pleasure of camping with his young kids and enjoying life.
Councilmember Manley.
Here.
Councilmember Molina.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Hewitt.
Here.
Mayor Davis.
And I'm here. And then we have the city manager, Cobo, city attorney, Burrows, city clerk, Gertis, finance director, Reed, planning director, not here tonight. We will excuse her. City engineer, Thornton, fire chief, O'Connell, and sheriff, captain. Go ahead and laugh, sucker. The short timers always have that attitude. Well, thank you for giving us the pleasure of your attendance, sir. Mike, you want to lead us in the pledge, please? Okay, we have some presentations tonight. Starting off with the COP swearing-in ceremony. Who's gonna?
To council, mayor, staff, Ken Friesen, newest member of the Citizens Patrol. I think this is our second one in a year now, so we're growing slowly. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservations, obligation freely without any, go ahead, or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter. Welcome to the Calimesa Citizens Patrol. Start over here. We'll do some introductions or those kind of things here shortly. So, congratulations.
Good job, Ed. Just keep it under 100, okay?
No speeding. Right?
Oh. Now we have another prestigious person here. We have Miss Kelly Banks, Superintendent, and board member. Don't ask me your name because I have not a clue. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll introduce my board member, Debbie Miller, who represents this area. And we have a whole host of people here this evening. Good evening to the council and members of the city staff. Love working with the city of Calimesa. We have the opportunity tonight to share with you some really good news about Mesa View Middle School. Now, all of you know, Mesa View Middle School is a beautiful campus set over off of the Mesa, right by, now it's Sammy's, not Bob's Big Boy, but Bob is still there, so I still call it Bob's Big Boy. But it's a beautiful school, and inside of it are beautiful people. And so I'd like to invite Kathy Pearson, who's your principal, to join me.
All right.
And we have two pieces of good news to bring you. First of all, we want to share with you the Schools to Watch Award that Mesa View was given. And this award is a prestigious award, and it is a state award and also a national award. And this means that this middle school, Mesa View Middle School in Calimesa, is a school to watch for the good things that they're doing for students and for the community. And so I'm going to ask Mrs. Pearson just to share a little bit about what that was.
Thank you again for having us tonight. It's an honor to be here and that you guys are taking the time to recognize us, so thank you. It was a journey. We started off with a survey with our staff, and then we decided what we needed to work on, and then we followed through with an application and then a visit from the state. And the visit was fun, and it was exciting, and it was very nerve-wracking. But from that visit, they said, yes, you deserve to be considered as a Schools to Watch. And because of that, it was exciting, and it's also, we're being recognized through the California Schools to Watch and then nationally. So Washington, D.C. is also recognizing us. And it's due to the fact that we put restorative practices in place to support students when they do decide to make some wrong choices. Our goal is to have them learn from those mistakes. We also work on positive behavior instruction, and that helps our students know that it's a positive environment that they are growing and learning in. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing. So we also have inclusion, which is where we push a lot of our students with IEPs into the classes so they're with their peers. We also have an inclusion PE class, which is called Prosper PE, and that's where our students are with gen ed peers and students with disabilities. And so with all of the things that we're doing and changing the culture, that's why they recognized us. So it's exciting.
I'm going to ask Mrs. Pearson if it's all right, Mayor, to introduce her staff that's here.
Go for it.
Yes, and this is only possible because of the staff I have. I have my assistant principal, Dr. Jeremy Perez. And I have my dean of students, Darlene Pittman. Michelle Acosta somewhere. Oh, there you are. She is the lead security. And then I have also some of our support, people who work in the office with me, Anna and Alex LaRouge. They're here to support us. And then I have Isaiah Joyner, who is our Classified Employee of the Year. He's our security at Mesa View, along with his parents.
So I know you are all aware that good things come out of good leadership, and Mrs. Pearson has been a blessing to be at Mesa View Middle School. Her leadership and her ideas have brought this team together, and allows them to be creative and to bring this prestigious award really to the city of Calimesa. So I just want you to know all of the things that she said they do, she has led and participated in, and she's a good listener. So we want to just say we're proud to share this with you so that you can be a part of this journey.
Should've brought my glasses up here. For being selected as the California School to Waveth by the California League of Educators and the California Department of Education for your commitment to provide equitable opportunities and whole child support there. I'm sorry, people. Empowering the students to experience social equality and to strive for academic excellence. I got through it. I'm an engineer. I can add and subtract. Spelling and reading, not my long suit, unless it's technical.
Mr. Mayor, can we take a picture with you and the council?
I would be proud.
All right. Okay, let's bring our Mesa View team forward. We'd love to take a picture with all of you.
Where do you want to put us?
You do like kids. Go. We have one more to do. But wait, there's more. It is also an honor to present to you not only the County Employee of the Year for School Safety, but also the State Employee of the Year. And we have been celebrating this man for like the past 3 months, but you know what? He worked so hard that we would celebrate, we're going to celebrate him till the day he retires, which is never. But I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Isaiah Joyner. Isaiah is campus safety at Mesa View Middle School, and he was nominated by his principal, Kathy Pearson, and we've been now on a road trip with his parents. If you'd stand up so we can say hello. Thank you. They flew to Sacramento for the award there. Most recently, we were at the County of San Bernardino Superintendent of Schools, where they came there, and now they're here in Calimesa. Welcome to the city. But I'd like to, if you don't mind, just give an opportunity for Mrs. Pearson to tell a little bit about her nomination. Go for it. Okay. And he's amazing. I'll just say that part.
Once again, thank you for letting us speak tonight. So when we talked about the Schools to Watch piece and we talked about the restorative practices and all of the positive things we do for students, a big reason why we do those things and we're able to do that is due to Isaiah. He's the one out there making connections with kids. He's talking to the kids. He knows the different groups. He's moving from here, there, everywhere in the quad. He's running our after-school program for sports. It could be raining and he's still doing traffic and he's smiling and he's waving at everybody. I know he's tired of hearing this, but he's Santa Claus at Christmas, which is something he'll never, ever not do now. But he does it with a smile, and the kids love him. That is like the highlight of the year. The kids want to take pictures with him because it's the coolest thing ever. But because of his positive attitude and his proactive attitude, that is why we feel so safe and we're so positive at our school. I had students tell me, we feel safe because of Isaiah. We feel connected and wanted at this school because of Isaiah. You don't hear that from middle school kids often, especially from, middle school kids about a security person. So he's way more than our security guy. He understands the big picture and understanding the whole child as well. So he deserves this 10 times over and forever. So I'm extremely grateful for him.
Isaiah, I'm supposed to give you the congratulations on your outstanding achievement in being selected as California State Classified School Employee of the Year, and your education, your dedication to Mesa View Middle School. Hey, thank you.
Oh, you want us?
The mayor said I could continue. Woohoo! You guys will never welcome me back. I just want to spend just a little bit of time just to thank your team, council. I cannot tell you how much we enjoy working with your city manager, the city planner, all of the support staff, everyone in the city. We get to work with everyone through our joint collaboration meetings and also additional meetings that we've had most recently about development and things that are going on in the city. They keep us well informed, and I so appreciate the work that they're doing and how they're working with us to make sure not only the cities and communities' needs are met, but the school district has a piece in that as well. So, Will, I can't thank you enough for being such a collaborative partner and all of your team. We have opportunities to collaborate on a lot of different things, but one of the things that besides our joint collaboration and the Mesa Verde project and some other places, we also get to partner with you on safety. And of course, keeping our kids safe is first and foremost, because without a safe learning environment, students really can't learn. And so it was a heavy heart that I learned that at this particular meeting we would be saying goodbye to our captain that I have grown to not only respect but enjoy his company and just have a love for his passion for what he does. And so he has been sitting in on our meetings that we've been having quarterly to try to improve safety at our school sites. And his input has been invaluable. His leadership has been top-notch. And I don't think we should let him go personally. But I just want you to know that he has been outstanding. We've been so pleased with the Sheriff's Department, and I see several of them here, and the partnership with Riverside County has been excellent. And so often you don't get to hear the good things that are going on, and so on behalf of our board and our school district, we'd like to give you a round of applause. So thank you so very much. We appreciate you.
thank you for the praise on the captain here. He has done a great job, and I can harass the hell out of him. And you notice he's not wearing a tie, so he knows that isn't allowed here. So, but no, he's gonna be missed.
Yeah, so. Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you much, Kelly.
Yeah, thank you for your time this evening. I appreciate that.
And here's the biggie I didn't want to see, but the Sheriff's Department retirement presentation. What are we doing here? Boss?
Well, I would just, let's bring up maybe one at a time. I would maybe start with Lieutenant Chris Olson. And we have a couple of awards for them, so you can just come up and read those
We
awards
do?
for them. Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Lieutenant, let's have you up here. So for us, Sheriff's Department, any sheriff station, we run as the chief of police of a certain city is the captain, and the lieutenant often has a piece of the city or runs station operations and those kind of things. I was very fortunate when I landed at Cabazon Station. Chris had been there. He had been a part of the city, and he introduced me to a lot of things leading towards what would turn out to be he and I starting even 28 years ago, just a couple weeks shy of each other. So it was very funny at us reconnecting at this stage in our career. And so for that part of things, he retired on me last week. And you guys graciously said, hey, would he come back? Darlene, it was a great call. And so with that, Mayor, I'll leave it to you and Lieutenant Wilson.
I'm not going to bore you with it. All this stuff here. You can take it home and read it. Thank you much.
Just like to say a quick word. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It was very kind. I enjoyed spending the last 2 years of my career working with Calamasa. People at the table. It was a great time. Happy to meet all of you. Thank you.
Okay, cute story. I just got to share it. As he well knows, Peterson's Live Local. It was a piece that was big to me landing here and in identifying with the city. We live in Beaumont, and so those part of things, when you live in the area, hey, you go to George's Market. You go to the Sand Trap out my way. And so the mayor walks in, have dinner together, have a great time, wife and I, and everybody's talking, and we're done, and we were there before them. And so Petersons leave. Hey, Davises, have a great night. Thanks a lot. I get home, and we're getting out of the car, and there's 3 cell phones in my center console, and not just 2. And I'm like, well, this isn't good right now. And of course, you know, you tap the screen and look what picture kind of is on there. Well, it wasn't any of the Petersons is what I noticed. And so, yes, I had to then go, babe, we got to race back to Sand Trap and pray the mayor is there. Of all people, we stole the mayor of Calamasa's cell phone. So it was terrible. It was terrible. I couldn't have planned that better. It was unbelievable to me. And so that part of things of me, the last year of my career, and what would turn out to be a job offer, as I've told you, that I couldn't pass up, and just coming to the end of my career anyways in December, how I said I was retiring, I did. I felt terribly blessed in getting to meet all of you and befriend all of you, and I was. It was such an honor in getting to serve for you guys and being so invested because of us being from the Pass area and those parts that we talked about that we could identify with. And so for that, honestly, Mayor, you did a fantastic friend. Thank you very much. All right, can I get a picture? Can we do one picture, all of us? Yes, let's do it, okay? Biggs and her buddies did a good job. late. I'm not going to say anything. Good song? Thank you. Thanks a lot, you guys. Oh, for sure. Can I do it for a second? Thank you. You don't mind? No, 100%.
Before you get to that, though, Captain,
Yep.
I just want to say real quick that I've really appreciated the last year. It's amazing what we've been able to accomplish together, and your leadership definitely has changed the way that the Cabazon Station and the policing in the city of Calamasa works for the better. It's been a noticeable difference, and so you've left your mark on our city, and we will be forever grateful for that.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. For us in replacements, and part of tonight was for me to introduce my replacement, the Sheriff's Department. And as you run a station, they're very good about obviously us getting command staff immediately. And so it was funny in asking for some of the replacements for lieutenant that I knew we needed and some of the replacements for captain. And I'll openly say it as I introduce them tonight. First, I'm going to introduce the lieutenant. The lieutenant of your station is always the identifier with the guys. And in policing world, I will say, it always helps if you have a big guy as your lieutenant and when you're a cop. So me landing and having Lieutenant Olson is fantastic. That's everything you want as a deputy. When you're in trouble, you want a big guy. Well, the other piece that you could want, and I was so happy that it worked out that way, is you want a fast guy. And so I went and asked for the director of the academy. As I came from the academy, he was my lead drill instructor and the meanest dude I knew in training new recruits and everything else. So if I couldn't get a big dude, I had to get a fast, mean dude. And so that was the parts for me that I was so happy to be blessed. Lieutenant EMC Smith, come up real quick. I need him to see your face. He goes by, and I'll turn the floor over to him. He goes by Lieutenant Eam. His real name is Sekum Smith. And so that is hard to spell and hard to pronounce. And so, yes, Lieutenant Eam, the floor is yours real quick, friend.
Good evening, everyone. Sekum Smith, Lieutenant at Cabazon Station. I'm excited to be here. I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you, continue our partnership, and again, I'm very excited. I'm glad to be here, and I appreciate Captain Peterson for the kind introduction. Thank you.
He was Navy guy, military guy, so yes, being lead drill instructor for us, I will say running the academy, he's always been exceptional. So it was a really good land for us. And then the next piece, Lieutenant, I was going to say Captain-elect because it just happened. Captain Northrup, if you could come up. I got my wish, and Captain Northrup is a Yucaipa resident. And so those pieces where I said, hey, it's really important for me to get a replacement that knows our area, shops at the same places, eats at the same restaurants, and all those kind of things. And so as Al and I have had a very lengthy career together as well, and him getting it for Cabazon Station now, and being to where he's taking over the area, I felt very blessed. And us getting something local, as I know we all talked about it, and it was important to me too. And so, friend, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. First, I know that filling Captain Peterson's shoes is going to be a monumental task. He did say that I am a Yucaipa resident. I've lived in Yucaipa for about 10 years. My two oldest kids both graduated from Yucaipa High School. I have one more that's currently attending school. I just absolutely look forward to serving the city and the residents. And I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
And Joyner, we got a spot in the Sheriff's Department if you want it. We're on the banner here.
Typical, yeah. Okay, with that, we'll move right along to communications from the public. And first off here is Steve Negrete. Negrete.
Thank you, Mayor, Council, and staff. I'm Steve Negrete, the president of the Calimesa Cultural Performing Arts Association. And this time of year, we always come on down, and the city has been very gracious, helping us with funding for the last 20 years. I am pretty new as a board president the last 3 years, and what we took over, we take care of the concerts on the green for the city of Calimesa, and also Art Braswell, who donates that area to us to use. And what we had run into problems with was we used to have a great budget to work with, and then when COVID in 2020 hit, devastated us because we had no money coming in for 2 years. So we still produced the concerts. We had to stop doing the senior functions and dances because there wasn't any money coming in. And so when we came last year, we asked for an increase from the $4,000 budget to $8,000, which you, council, so graciously gave us. I called the city manager, Mr. Colbo, the other day, and what we had found out is we thought that our increase was permanent, but I guess last year he had it down that it was just one time. So I had Mr. Colbo put our expenses in your board packets. You can go through all of that. We want to be very transparent on where the money goes, what it's spent for. And so I had all of that so you can look at it. I talked to Mayor Davis about that. So we're back here asking again if we can get our increase to $8,000 like we did last year. Our concerts start on July the 18th. We have 8 shows, and we've done very well. A lot of the people that come and do the concerts with us are my friends. I'm in the business. Last year we had 11 Grammy Award winners come in that donated a lot of time and a lot of money. So we don't get garage bands. We get very, very good musicians and very good acts here. So we come back and ask you if it would be possible to have that increase again. We were also able to pull off 4 senior dances, which had, again, non-existent because of COVID in 2020. So we put on a Christmas dance, the Fall Ball, Valentine's Day, and St. Patrick's Day. And so we are back trying to do that again. But if you look at our packets, and this is the same thing, we have 3 pages on this. We always run in the minus column right now. And so we look forward to your help again this year. And I thank you so much.
Thank you. Elizabeth Bishop.
Good evening, and thank you for letting me speak. I'm going to be very brief. I have a concern about the quality of water coming in through Calimesa and into specifically my park. When you turn on the water first thing in the morning, very early, like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, there is an overwhelming chlorine bleach smell coming out of the water, and it tastes horrible. I have a automatic filter for my pets. That filter is supposed to last 30 days. I have to replace it every 2 weeks. And what I'm replacing it with, when I pull it out, it is orange and nasty. So I'm not sure what the issue is or if there's anything that can be done, but I'm really concerned about our quality of water in Calimesa. Thank you.
Question. Is that Yucaipa or South
Calimesa, yeah. I'm
No,
on
This is-
no, but I mean,
950.
Yucaipa water? Or
I'm not sure. I have no idea.
it is South Mesa.
South
So
Mesa?
it's South Mesa.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
I have no idea. That's why I was, thank you.
I can reach out to them and let them know your concern.
Lorraine Kay? I'm sorry. You'll wait until I call that up, will you please? I didn't see you wanted to speak on the public hearing part, so, thank you. Thank you, Darlene. Okay. Approval of the agenda, consent calendar, and waiver of full reading of ordinances. Anybody?
Yeah, if there are no changes or additions, I'll move to approve the agenda, consent calendar, and waiver of full reading of ordinances.
Second.
Aye.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
That was half the book right there.
Yeah, it was.
So, okay, Chamber of Commerce report.
Wow, guys, what an exciting meeting I was trying to miss. Well, the Chamber's moving right along through the year, halfway there, right? Our June breakfast was well attended. Terry Knight from the Well Outreach Center did a presentation on the services provided by their organization. Quite a few people attended that breakfast. There will be no breakfast meeting in July. We'll be dark. The Chamber is going to give the administrative staff and some of the board members some time off. I didn't hear about that, so I guess I'm not one of those that get the time off until I read it just now. But our August breakfast meeting coming up is our new sheriff captain's boss. Mr. Bianco is going to be sharing with us as a guest speaker in August, on August 13th, 7:30 a.m. That will be at the Haas Bistro. Limited seating and tickets are available on our website. It's the only time when the sheriff comes and does his special presentation that our chamber charges for breakfast. So we hope that everybody that is interested takes an opportunity to come and sign up and see what the sheriff has to say. Last year when he was there, of course I host the breakfast, and I'm kind of like the guy that tells you when you've said enough and we've got to move on. He completely ignored me. So I know when I'm outclassed, so I just kept getting closer to him to let him know. And then finally, the one that actually got him to, okay, you've said enough, was his wife. So we look forward to what he has to share, and look forward to that August breakfast. Our scholarship tea, our annual scholarship tea was held on May 23rd at the Edward Dean Museum and Gardens. It was the most successful and highest attendance scholarship tea in our chamber's history. And one of the students from Mesa, from the Academy, was one of the winners of one of our scholarships. So it was nice to see them there and to hear and see their award. Our welcome bags program is in full swing. We have successfully delivered over 80 bags to the new Calimesa residents this year so far, and we are currently working on our next deliveries. Usually I set up the routes for the folks to take the bags out, and it looks like we have about 20 to 24 more bags that need to go out to new residents. I want to thank the Chamber. Your consent calendar, I believe it was number 15 on your consent calendar.
Yes.
15 was the request for the partnership for the parade.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, the city and the council, your public works, all the effort that you guys put into this Christmas parade to help the chamber make it such a successful endeavor for the city, for our community. So I appreciate the fact that you approved that with no questions asked. So as we ensure it's a successful event, we kindly appreciate your approval. We appreciate that you have allowed the permits to be considered. We definitely appreciate your public works and how they work together with us on closing the roads and the logistics on that. I want to thank the Sheriff's Department for their involvement in helping to keep the area secured and safe for all the people who are attending. And then obviously everybody who promotes the parade. We just are very appreciative of all that, and it takes a lot of logistics to make this thing come together. The Sheriff's Department, the Fire Department, the city, the chamber, all the volunteers. So we really look forward to the parade, and that's all that Donna has me to talk about, other than our members. We received 2 new members this past 2 weeks. And we are now at a total of, with 13 membership renewals, we are at 137 members. Any questions on the council?
No?
Great. Well, Julie went off to see her grandchildren again, and so I need to get home and take care of our animals. So thank you so much for everything, and congratulations, Evan.
Thank
you. Be looking forward to Tim's next term.
Thank you, Tony. Okay, public hearings. I will open the public hearing. Then I will turn it over to staff.
This presentation will be given by our Deputy City Manager, Darlene Curtis.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. The franchise agreement between the City of Calamasa and the CR&R provides for an annual rate increase pursuant to the change in inflation, as well as the ability of CR&R to request other modifications and adjustments to solid waste collection rates as necessary and subject to approval by the City Council by resolution. CR&R has requested an inflationary rate increase, generally described as a 1.97% increase in residential and commercial rates. Riverside County's Waste Management Department has indicated that they will not be increasing their disposal rate for fiscal year 2024-25. And additionally, CR&R has requested a per parcel administration fee only for parcels that are placed on the delinquent tax rolls. That'll be coming to you at the July 15th meeting. This fee would only be applied to those tax roll parcels, and it serves to cover their administration costs. Based on the data supplied by both the BLS and the County of Riverside, CR&R has prepared the rate schedule marked Exhibit Z, which is Exhibit C, which is attached to the resolution in your packet 2024-35 as Attachment A. In order to comply with the requirements of Proposition 218, a resolution was adopted setting a time and a place for a public hearing. That was done in May, and that resolution was 2024-15. It set the date of a notice public hearing for tonight. At this hearing, all interested persons shall be afforded the opportunity to hear and be heard, and the City Council will hear all objections and protests to the imposition or the fee adjustments and the new fees. 2 written protests have been received. One was provided in your packet, and the other we received this afternoon from Brenda and Richard Collins. The 45-day public hearing notice was published and posted, and staff worked with CR&R to ensure that a 45-day mailed notice was provided to all property owners in the city, providing notice of the public hearing and of the proposed rate increase and imposition of the parcel administrative fee only to be applied to those parcels who are placed on the delinquent tax rolls for residential service. Government Code Section 53756 authorizes public agencies providing water, sewer, or refuse collection services to adopt a fee schedule for a period not exceeding 5 years. CR&R requested that we provide for the 5-year period in the notice of public hearing. Staff agreed to the request as allowable through the Proposition 218 process. The notice of public hearing included the appropriate language providing for the 5-year period. In each of those 5 years, agencies that include any adjustment in their fee schedule must give notice to their customers pursuant to Government Code Section 53755A, no less than 30 days before the adjustment becomes effective. Staff respectfully requests that the City Council open the public hearing, receive public testimony, and at the conclusion of the public hearing, adopt Resolution 2024-35, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Calamasa, California, approving a CPI rate increase by CR&R Incorporated effective July 1, 2024. That concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions. And also, Alex Brekovich is here from CRNR, should council have any questions for him. And I believe there is one speaker slip.
Alex, do you want to say anything, or? Okay. Okay, now. Lorraine Kay?
Thank you. I think you might have answered one of my questions when you were reading, but I'll ask it again. On the, regarding the CRNR increase, my paperwork that I got is very confusing, by the way, to the CRNR representative, to myself, and a lot of people in my community. I live at Plantation on the Lake, senior community, over off of the 10 freeway. And a lot of people were commenting when they received this in the mail that it was really hard to understand. I'm still not sure I understand it. And if I understand it correctly, my rates will increase from around $64 to over almost $100, which for a senior citizen on a fixed income is ridiculous. So I'm voicing my opposition to that increase. I'm also questioning the wording on a lot of this. You said that the rates, I see where it says the rates are not due to the increasing for the fiscal year 24-25, but everything in here says effective July 1st, 2024. So are we getting an increase this coming month, or are we getting an increase next year? It's not clear. So,
If I might, Mr. Mayor. This is 2024, so July 1, 2024, it goes into effect, and it'll go through June 30 of 2025. So that's why it's 2024, 25.
but I won't see an increase until 24, until 25.
You'll see an increase beginning July 1, which is a couple of weeks from now.
Okay.
But-
Then my question is, why does it say, where is it? It's indicated that they will not be increasing their disposal rate for the fiscal year 2024.
That is from the Riverside County. They are not increasing their fees for what they charge CRNR for people to haul to Riverside County. Those fees are not being increased this year.
And again, the letter is not clear. Okay.
And then as far as the $75, that is not going to every resident.
That's just, yeah, I read
Yeah, that is only for any of those parcels that are on the tax rolls.
Delinquent tax rolls?
Yes.
Okay,
So that doesn't go to every resident.
right. But I think an almost $30 increase, I don't.
I think we'd have to look at that. That doesn't make, that, I don't think that thing is calculated correctly.
Well,
Because
then-
a 2% increase on $64 would only be about $1.75 roughly.
Well, when I add up the costs that they're saying for the 3 bins that I do have, it comes to $97 and change. And right now it's at 64 something, so that's an increase to me. Somebody can explain that to me, that would be great.
Yeah, I'd have to look at your bill. We'd have to look at, maybe Alex, can you maybe? Yeah, please.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, City Council. My name is Alex Brekovich with CRNR. Yes, the CPI that is put out by the federal government came in at 1.97% this year, and that is the adjustment that we will be seeing on the rates. I will go through that with you and explain that. But yes, it's less than 2%, and the rates this year are not being impacted by what we call disposal. County of Riverside runs all the landfills here in Riverside County, so we use their disposal sites. When their disposal fees do not go up, then we do not pass that cost through either. So it's a very minor increase this year. I can go over this with you as well. Yeah, I'd be happy to, yeah. Sure.
Thank you. Do you guys have any questions for him? Okay. Well, with that, I'm going to close the public testimony. Council discussion, anything?
Nope.
Huh? You guys are happy with all the...
Well, I'm not happy, but, I mean, what are you're talking about the county raising their rates and the, what are you gonna do? I don't know what to say.
Well, it's with the state telling people what they have to pay people and,
Yeah,
you know, what fuel is costing and different rates I can understand increases being a poor businessman. So,
Yep. I think given the way inflation's been, it's pretty modest
Yeah, it is.
increase
Yeah.
since we've been dealing with high inflation, but I'm going to go ahead and make a motion unless anybody has anything else.
you can.
Move to adopt resolution number 2024-35, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Calamasa, California, approving CPI rate increase by CR&R Incorporated effective July 1st, 2024.
Get a
I'll
second?
second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 4-0. Okay, we'll move right on to business items. Resolution agreement of park services at Summerwind Park with Beaumont Cherry Valley Recreation and Park District.
Mr. Mayor, I'm going to have to recuse myself because my son actually works for the Parks and Rec, so.
Good for you.
All right. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Summerwind Park opened to great fanfare on August 8th, 2023, and it continues to be heavily used every day. Park landscaping and some maintenance are currently being done by crews contracted by the master residential developer of Summerwind, Gen SoCal. These services were intended to be provided for 1 year. The city's public works crew is handling some of the other maintenance, such as cleaning the bathrooms. That's probably been the most significant one that they do. But as the city council is aware, we currently have a 4-person public works crew, with the 5th person being added with the adopted budget, and one of the actions in the consent calendar tonight. However, this 5th position will only allow us to keep up with our already long list of maintenance tasks. Additionally, the city will be taking delivery of a patch trailer soon, which will allow us to do pothole repairs much more efficiently, but there's a lot of them, so we want to try to have some more focus on that, because the repair of our roads is a big priority for us. The city began having discussions with the Beaumont Cherry Valley Recreation and Park District to have the district supplement maintenance at the park. So with this agreement in front of you tonight, the district will handle the opening of the park, the parking lot, and bathrooms Friday through Sunday, and that task will be handled by city crews Monday through Thursday. They will close the parking lot and bathrooms 7 days a week, since the park closes after hours for us. They will clean the bathrooms on Saturday morning, and our crews will do that during the week. And they will also conduct monthly and quarterly playground inspections. They actually do have a certified playground inspector that will be utilized for that task. The agreement also includes a provision for recreation services, such as reservations for the ball field and picnic pavilion, and also any additional recreational programming for classes or activities that may be added in the future. Finally, the agreement allows for 2 movies in the park, which are tentatively scheduled for July and August, and there will be more details to follow on that. Landscaping is not included in this agreement, as the district is still in the process of obtaining bids and awarding a contract for those services. Once those services have been procured by the district, we will come back with an amendment to this agreement for city council approval. The agreement at this point is a 1-year agreement and a not to exceed amount of $55,000, but services will be billed based on actual cost. So it's kind of a guesstimate, because this is a brand new agreement with really no precedent to it. So the services were pretty clear cut, because they were able to kind of figure out the time it would take them, the crew that the employees that they would send, material costs, things like that. So we were able to get that cost nailed in pretty good. The recreation costs are probably a little more nebulous because we're going to have, it just depends on what level of service we provide. They used an estimate of 20% of the time of one recreation coordinator. But again, we're going to monitor those costs and see exactly what that looks like throughout the year. And if this works out well for both parties, other parks could be added to the agreement in the future. So we also have 4th Street Park, which is soon to be expanded, and Creekside Park as well. So we may add services there. So at this time, staff recommends that the City Council adopt Resolution 2024-36 to approve the agreement between the city and Beaumont Cherry Valley Recreation and Park District. That concludes my presentation, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions?
I'll just add some comments unless anyone has a question. Councilmember Cervantes and I, we met with, on our park ad hoc, so we were able to meet with the district there and discuss some of that stuff. So they're very willing to work with us, so I think it's a good opportunity for us, given our limited staff, so I think there's a lot of flexibility and opportunity. So this will give us a chance to kind of try that out, and then we can fine tune that, and also as we grow toward the future, that'll give our city manager and staff more flexibility, and hopefully provide some more services, different services that we don't provide now for the community. So I think it's a good partnership.
Okay. I have no questions.
So Mayor, before there's a motion, there were some last-minute negotiations with respect to this agreement, and the attorney for the district was really agreeable, and so we made some last-minute changes. They were actually, the agenda went out last Wednesday, and they had their meeting at 4 o'clock on Wednesday, and they approved the agreement as we presented it to them. And so one thing is missing from the one that's in your agenda packet. You may have noticed that the resolution allows the city manager to make that change, but I just want to state for the record, and it's on page 321, or page 3 of the agreement. If you take a look at section 8B, limitations, right at the beginning of that first sentence, it should read, except as provided in section 8.c, comma. And so that was the one that was approved by the district, and that's the one that was presented to them at the last minute, but they were very agreeable. So I recommend that the council adopt the resolution with that as amended.
Okay, well, thank you. Can I get a motion?
Yep. I'll get it. I move to adopt Resolution 2024-36, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Calimesa approving an agreement with Beaumont Cherry Valley Recreation and Park District for recreation and maintenance services at Summerwind Park as amended.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And with that, we will, the council will take a rest right now, and we'll go down to, we'll convene the joint city council and successoriously to the Calimesa Redevelopment Agency meeting. We have the consent calendar.
Yes, and another comment, since this is the agreement with Richards, Watson, and Gershon, my firm, I will also recuse, but since it's on the consent calendar, I can sit here.
Okay. I love attorneys. Okay, can I get a motion?
To approve the consent
Right,
calendar.
yeah, to approve the consent calendar.
I'll move that we approve the consent calendar for the joint CC-CSA consent calendar.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I'll adjourn the successor agency to the Calimesa Redevelopment Agency and reconvene the city council. Mayor and council members reporting of county and regional meetings and conferences. John?
I didn't attend any meetings, but I'll just take a quick moment. I just want to thank Captain Peterson for all of his leadership over here and all of his hard work. I really appreciated working with him on the Sheriff's Ad Hoc Committee. So I think in a short bit of time that he spent here, I think we made a lot of progress, and I think he was pretty impactful for us. So hoping we can continue with that momentum that we've built, and I'm looking forward to working with the new leadership over there. So thank you.
I did not attend any meetings. I wasn't required. There was nothing. So.
Go ahead.
I have a list, but I'll keep it short. On June 5th, I attended the RTA Budget and Finance meeting where they conducted routine items, but one exciting thing was that they were asked to go through a grand jury review where they reviewed the entire operation of Riverside Transit Agency. So needless to say, everything was fine. There was one item that they made a recommendation to, and that was for the agency to work with local government and college public access TV to better market. The agency does very well with getting free fares for students during the summer, they do a lot. They do a lot for the community. They do a lot for veterans and trying to get people to ride public transit, which is RTA has a very excellent system. On June 6th, I attended the SCAG meeting in Los Angeles. The highlights of the Transportation Committee that I sit on and the Regional Council was sent to all of you. And so if you have any questions, I'll take those. On June 10th, I'm very proud to say that as president of the Riverside County Division of Cal Cities, Cal Mesa will host the July 8th member meeting. We're going to have it at Tukwet, but this gives us an opportunity to showcase our city to the rest of Riverside County. There are 28 cities in Riverside County. The meetings after that, the dinner meetings after that will be September 9th in Hemet, November 14th in Moreno Valley, and then the annual conference is this year in Long Beach in October. On June 12th, I attended an RCTC Commission meeting. I just wanted to say that I initially wanted to be a part of this organization because it was one that I didn't know that much about. Be careful what you ask for. Our last packet was over 600 pages. It was to review the annual budget, capital budget, operating budget, quarterly tax analysis, the discussion on satellite meetings. There's been a lot of talk at all the county organizations on having to drive quite a bit of distance if you're from Blythe coming into downtown Riverside or Temecula. Sometimes the meetings are less than an hour, and it's an hour or two just to get there and go back. So that was something that was discussed, and they're going to, RCT is going to honor a trial of hybrid meetings for the next year starting in September. Right now, French Valley and Palm Desert are already used for committee meetings. RCTC has 3 committees, and so that's something that people can take advantage if they'd like to. This meeting also covered Measure A Capital Improvement Plan, and it's quite extensive. I'm not going to go into detail. Will, you probably know all about this. Staff works very hard on getting our project list to RCTC. There's been a change at the federal level. RCTC, all the transportation commissions, there are 58 in California, are no longer picking the projects that's going through SCAG. So there's been a little bit of an administrative change, but they're still doing a good job. Then June 12th, I'm proud to say, our free lunch program took effect at 4th Street Park, which is soon going to be called Mountain View Park. We're averaging about 42 to 44 students a day. It's fun. I've seen students there from the very first time that I did the program. I think it was 4 years ago. So it's really great, and the lunches start at 10:30. It's not very warm, and the kids are happy to be there, and I'm happy to see them as well. And then June 14th, this was Flag Day. Our Lions Club put flags all over Yucaipa and Calamasa, and that was a proud moment for our club. And that's all that I have, and I'd like to also wish you luck, and I'm sure we'll see you in the streets, Captain. And look forward to also working with all of you other fine gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You guys better get a smile. We're going to make it fun, enjoyable, and welcome to the city. I really appreciate your service. I could not, your job is a thankless job that people will all they want to do is complain and throw rocks and everything else. Every once in a while somebody does say something nice, but No, we will work as well as we can with you. And if you have any problems, my door's open all the time. You know, and it's, you can find me on Singleton in the middle of the canyon right there. But, it's that or Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm usually at, the golf course, or what is that called? No.
Sand trap?
Yeah,
Sand trap?
sand trap. It's a bitch to get old, you know what? No, with that, I really don't have anything to say, but welcome to our community. Sir?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A couple of, 3 events happening in July in the city that I wanted to make everyone aware of. First of all, on July 8th at 11 a.m. will be the 4th Street Park expansion. Again, as Councilmember Molina pointed out, soon to be Mountain View Park, and the reason is because we're expanding it all the way out to 5th Street. And that'll actually be at 941 5th Street. So again, once again, that is July 8th at 11 a.m. for the groundbreaking of that expansion. Then the following Monday, July 15th at 5 p.m. here at the Calamasa Fire Station next door. It is the same day as our council meeting, just an hour before it. We're going to have a push-in ceremony for both our ladder truck and the new Fire Engine 1 that was recently purchased. So a push-in ceremony is a fire department tradition when taking delivery of a new apparatus that honors early firefighting crews that physically push the horse-drawn equipment back into the firehouse.
Correct.
So we're looking forward to that. And finally, on July 31st at 10 a.m., we're going to have a groundbreaking for our new library. That'll be at 974 Calamasa Boulevard. So you've noticed, if you've driven by there lately, you've noticed the fences around the property now. They will be tearing that building down, and then we will be doing the groundbreaking for the new, expanded, more than double the size library on July 31st at 10 a.m. So we're looking forward to that. And that's all I've got. Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, we will adjourn the meeting of the City Council and meet again on July 15th at 6 o'clock. Thank you, people, for coming.